We are here in your house sports for our week. Is it 8 now?
I think it's 9.
9? Week 9. Oh, yeah, week 9. Every time we say week 7, 8, 9, it gets more sad.
More and more. It's just,
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
hurts.
are we really that far into the year? You look at the calendar, it's like, oh man, it's already almost November.
Oh, Tuesday's November.
I know.
I'm Andy D.
It's your boy Vassos.
Boy, Fat Sam just got through wrapping up the Big 12 television deal for everyone. So you're welcome from Fat Sam.
So he may not be joining us. So, but hopefully he's able to get some reception. Apparently, where he's at the hotel conference room is not that good.
Yeah, it's from parts unknown.
Yeah, you know.
Where's that? So I guess the Warriors there.
Load the fuel with the rocket ship with rocket fuel.
Like what? But you know the drill. In Your House Sports Facebook, like us on YouTube, subscribe, leave a comment, do all that good stuff. Thumbs up, hit your notification bell. Did I miss anything? I don't know. Don't report us. I don't know. All that good stuff. But honestly, the Big 12 did reach a preliminary TV deal this morning. They leaked the information. Not leaked it, but reported it. So what we got for right now, I'm just reading like an overview. This is like part 1 of, who knows, part 3 of 3 parts to the deal. So as of right now, what I'm reading is saying that $42.6 million should be distributed to each school.
That's it? 42.
For
you
now.
said million or billion?
Million.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, if you said billion, I'm about to backtrack my statement.
Yeah. They're saying it's going to be closer to the 50 million range when it's all said and done. But the big thing is they're working with ESPN and Fox. And Fox is like really interested in the basketball for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people, there's half and half. People are like, man, this is great. Other people are like, this is horrible. The Pac-12 is going to get a better deal, which I don't think they are.
No.
But hey, making moves now versus waiting to see what happens with the Pac-12. Just take it.
Right. Might as well get ahead of it.
Yeah.
Know what you got for sure instead of waiting around.
Yeah. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I might be, so don't quote me on it, but they're not locked down to the contracts. Like the ACC is locked down to like 28 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So they can get out and do whatever they need to do. They have room to expand. So that's preliminary. That's just the first part. Like I said, it's going to be more details coming out later on. But hey, man, Brett Yomart making his name felt already as a Big 12 commissioner.
He's stepping out of the shadows of old Bosby.
Oh God, yes, that guy.
But
this guy's a businessman. He don't care. He's like, hey man, I gotta make money where it's at, and he'll be the commissioner probably for like 5 years and just go somewhere else and go struck a deal somewhere else.
Probably.
So he's got nobody to serve. You know what I mean? He's don't care.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of the Big 12, this conference, man, I love it. Just not just because we're homers, but gosh, every week
you can't predict it at all.
No. You could be up 24-0 at halftime. You gotta just chill out. Just wait. Just wait.
Come back and lose 27-24.
Yeah, just like that. And they'll score all the 27 points in the third quarter and nobody scores in the fourth quarter. You're like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
But we start the day off with TCU and West Virginia. Number 7 TCU defeats West Virginia 41-31. They are who we thought they were.
West Virginia being West Virginia.
Gosh. Poor time management towards the end of this game. And this is where I say Neil Brown.
He's got to go.
He's got to go. Like, poor guy. Sometimes he looks lost out there. But
he really does look he looks over his head is what he looks like.
Big time. Big time.
He's out there and he's just like, you see him walking up the sideline with his arms crossed and he's just.
Yeah. He does. And from the first game when they played Pittsburgh, that's when I was like, man, this is not good because they had the game in there. They had the game won. And he makes some dumb decisions. He did. Not his team. He did.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's got to go. It's the first game of the year. He's got to go
He's got to get him out. Just get him out.
right now. But you had this game again. You had this game in your hands. Would have been a big upset. Would have been your second big victory of the year. Just couldn't get it done. TCU just pulled it out.
Just let him off the hook, man. That's to quote the late Dennis Green. We are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook. You want to crown them? Then crown their ass. But man, it's a tough way to start out.
Yeah,
the day. But I mean, good for TCU that they're. It's like were we in agreement, or was it me? Was it me and you that were in agreement, or was it just me that said that if somebody from the Big 12 is going to get into the college football playoff, that they have to be undefeated?
Yeah, they have to be.
They have to be. They're just not going to get the respect.
Mm-hmm. They have to be. Like, it didn't matter who it was; they just had to be undefeated.
Yeah.
Because that in the whole first predictions that we did, I would say, I picked Baylor to go number 4 in the playoffs, but they have to be undefeated. They can't lose one game. No one can lose one game.
Right.
You have to be undefeated. But and we'll get to this later on when we, give our top 4 before they release it Tuesday. But man, even with TCU, it's like, yeah, they can run the table, but will they get that respect in the end? But I always feel like TCU does get more respect than, let's say, a Baylor or Iowa State, just because in the past, they got that history of producing 10-win seasons no matter what. You know what I mean? So
that, and even when they were in the WAC, they seemingly seemed to get more respect than, say, Boise State.
Yeah.
Because I think it was just when they were getting their, 10, 12, or undefeated season, they were blowing people out. They weren't just barely kind of scraping by.
Yeah, they went to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, almost beat Wisconsin.
They did beat them.
Oh yeah, they did. That's right. Old Red Rocket beat them. I was thinking, I don't know why I was thinking that they lost at the last minute. They won at the last minute.
Yeah, like they went to the Rose Bowl. That's how much respect they have for them. So I don't know. We'll see. And I'm just looking at TCU real quick before we go to the games. I mean, they've been into some close games this year. They beat SMU by 8. They beat Kansas by 7. Beat Oklahoma State by 3. Beat Kansas State by 10, and then beat West Virginia by 10. But I mean, they're getting it done.
Yeah.
Which at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
I mean, they start out playing like crap, and then they figure it out and they turn it on. Yeah. I think those 2 big wins, while Kansas State was ranked, or with Kansas State and with Kansas when they were ranked really high, I think that is going to really help them.
And Oklahoma State.
Yeah. And then just beating down Oklahoma State, I completely forgot about them.
And Tarleton.
You got to give respect to the Tarleton Texans.
I mean, just saying.
At least they let them score.
Shout out to our Tarleton alums out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, TCU, they're holding the Big 12 flag as of right now. Then you had Oklahoma beat Iowa State 27-13. I expect them more at Iowa State in this game. I really did
too. They had a home game.
Just ugly.
It really was not the game I was expecting. Iowa State either seemed like they weren't interested, but they also looked very undisciplined at the same time.
Yeah.
It's just guys were late on their assignments. They weren't getting off blocks. It looked like they did not want to be there.
Yeah. I mean, you look at with Iowa State coming off a bye week, you would figure they have, come off a bye week. You lose to Texas in the game, they're probably like, we should have won that game. You go on bye week, you figure they'd be prepared. So with this young team, do you think they feel like we should have beat Texas, and it's still in their head like we should have won that game? That maturity level's not there, so it cost them this game.
Very well could be. I mean, they still could be venting,
Mm-hmm.
They're in their own heads at this point.
It doesn't get any easier. They got West Virginia next. They got Oklahoma State on the road. They host Texas Tech, then they finish the year out at TCU. So
they may not be bowl eligible coming into this season.
Probably not. They'll probably get 4 wins, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Honestly. And then Oklahoma, man,
that team, it's just like
no identity.
Yeah. I mean, it's like now that you see what's his name, Gabriel, actually out there, it's like, would he have made that much of a difference against Texas? Because they Oklahoma kind of seem to have that flip.
Mm-hmm.
Since they got blown out, they've come back the past couple weeks and they've actually looked pretty decent on offense, at least. But it's like, is he that good, or is it just everybody else is just at that point where they're either hurt, or is it that they're just not mature enough to handle the pressures of going deep into the season?
Yeah, and historically he ends up getting hurt a lot of times when he was at UCF, but he makes crucial mistakes too. So I don't think he would have made a difference against Texas. Looking back at it,
they would have scored at least.
Yeah, at least 14 points. But yeah, he wouldn't have made a difference. But I mean, I don't know. Just a disappointing year for Iowa State. And Oklahoma too, I guess, for that matter. But
yeah, if you're Oklahoma, it's definitely a disappointing year. You're not ranked. You've already lost 3 times.
Yeah.
You're
unheard of. 5-3
in the middle of the pack in the Big 12.
Yeah. Then the shocker of the week: Kansas State shutting out Oklahoma State 48-0. What in the hell?
That's crazy, And did they bench Martinez? Because he did not play this entire game.
Well, he got hurt.
Well, I remember he got hurt. Yeah, but did they bench him?
I'm guessing they just, because they never disclosed what was wrong with him, did they?
I never saw anything that was wrong with him. Just that he hurt his shoulder or something like that, or that they were looking at his shoulder, and that was it.
Yeah, so I'm guessing they're just keeping it close to the vest, close to the chest about what's happening. I guess they don't want to really say anything.
I mean, he was dressed.
Yeah.
And that's the weird thing. I thought, well, he's dressed. He's out there.
Well, if it's the same situation as Daniels at Kansas,
Emergency quarterback just in case.
But Howard did a good job. 21 of 37, 296 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Deuce. I got to say Deuce, man. Shout out to Deuce. Deuce Vaughn, that dude, man. There's go ahead.
I think he kills you with kindness the way he runs and just
just makes you look like a fool. You go to hit him and whoop, spins out of it.
Yeah, that guy's a beast. He had 22 carries, 158 yards, only 1 touchdown, but man, that dude right there, he's a game changer.
Yeah,
he is a game changer.
I'd be shocked if he doesn't get drafted within the first 3 rounds.
Oh, yeah, they can use him a lot. Yeah. Somebody can.
Yeah, as I say, I think there's a height requirement to be considered an elite back at Kansas State.
Yeah, seriously.
Darren Sproles, shout out to John Hubert.
Yes, John Hubert, Midway alum.
Yep, he was. He came in right after I did.
Man, and now Deuce Vaughn. I mean, it's just Kansas State. Well, we talk about it every week. We talk about that constant. They're just that constant no matter what, except whenever Snyder retired the first time.
Yeah.
And they kind of slipped down. He was like, hold on, I'm coming back. Hold on, I'm coming back.
What was it? Freeman? Prince Freeman? Or what the hell was the guy's name?
Was his last name Prince? Was his last name Prince?
I think his name, it was either Prince or Freeman. I can't remember which it was. I think it was Prince.
I know he's bald-headed.
Yeah. He came in and they're like, no, get out.
Yeah, we ain't doing this, man. It's like he's trying to change the culture of Kansas State ball. Like, no, we don't do that. That's what we do.
Yeah,
but Kansas State.
Bill Snyder was like, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. Got this gauntlet, the freaking gauntlet.
Yeah.
But what the hell? Oklahoma State, man. What? I mean, damn.
You could tell they just weren't ready. They made way too many mistakes, turnovers, penalties. And Mike Gundy just, I think by like the third quarter, was just like, I don't know. He wasn't yelling anymore. He just was like, at this point, it don't surprise me. It's one of them days.
And I guess you put the game in Spencer Sanders' hands from the beginning. That's it, man. Like we've said before, you make them one dimensional, put it all on Sanders, they're going to lose every time.
Yeah.
But the guy gets shut out. My gosh.
He left. What was it? The fourth quarter. He left towards the beginning of the fourth quarter. Yeah, holding the shoulder, and then old Gunnar Gundy came in.
Gunnar, he was not ready.
He looked like Michael J. Fox back there trying to take the snap.
Oh man! And Gunnar led the team in rushing, 5 carries, 27 yards.
Good Lord!
That's an embarrassment, man. An embarrassment.
Yeah, I mean they just completely got shut down, run over. It's just
like this loss right here can really just have a ripple down effect for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be surprised they lose at least 2 more the way they just lost this game.
I mean, you look at it; they still have Bedlam coming up. What, at the end of the month, or is that?
That's the 19th.
Okay, so that's in like 2 weeks.
They go at Kansas next week. Kansas coming off a bye.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like you said, that could send their momentum going downwards. Got them going downwards. You got Oklahoma trying to come up. They're kind of like ships passing. In the night, they're just kind of going in opposite directions. And
yeah,
Spencer Sanders hurt. Can Gundy be the starter going forward? I don't think so.
No. And Mike's not going to put him in just because it's his son either. He's going to do for the best of his team. But who else do you have? And their defense is a whole lot different from last year. Of course, they lost their defensive coordinator to Ohio State. I mean, you can tell. You can tell. This game especially. You got Kansas State scoring 48 on you. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I think, what was it? What did they say? Like over 220 yards rushing or something like that they gave up?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, Deuce Vaughn had 158 by himself.
It was 199.
Okay, so almost 200 yards.
Yeah. But, man, Kansas State's defense held Oklahoma State to 54 yards rushing, 163 yards passing.
It's very, very unlike Oklahoma State to, A, put out that poor rushing performance, and then B, not be able to air it out.
And they controlled their own destiny after they beat Texas last week. All they had to do was just win out, and they would have been in the Big 12 title game.
Yeah. Now it's like, are we looking at a rematch?
Yeah.
Kansas State and TCU.
Could be.
Or wait, no, have they not played yet?
Yeah, TCU beat them.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, how did they lose 2 games? I couldn't remember.
Yeah, they beat them last week. Not last week, but
yeah,
last week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
The teams we had at the bottom are now at the top, and it looks like they kind of cemented their place.
Yeah, that one damn team up at top, man. We're like, okay, 8-0. What?
I mean, I had them at 4, but
yeah,
I didn't think they'd be up at the top at any point in the season.
In the nightcap, you had Baylor defeat Texas Tech 45-17. This is like the first complete game Baylor's played all season.
Yeah. At half, it was a really close game.
Mm-hmm.
And then just turnovers plagued Texas Tech, and Baylor's defense stepped up. The run game, Reese put everything on his back and said, you know what, just give me the ball. Coach, give me the ball.
And, that's what they've been missing is that running attack, because in the beginning of the year, they didn't have it. They're trying to figure out who's going to be the guy. And then, of course, their defense being young, we talked about it. And, I made the bold prediction about whooping Kansas. I said their defense is going to step up. They almost gave that game away too. But you see the defense growing up.
Yeah.
The secondary especially. Richard Reese, my God.
That dude just – he needs a wheelbarrow to carry them.
Yeah, he does.
Because he just said, you know what, give me that damn ball.
Every time he cuts, I get nervous, though. I feel like he's going to blow his knee out. He makes those hard cuts, man.
He runs very, very violently.
Yeah.
Like he's not the I'm gonna make you miss this. No, I'm gonna cut one time, and if you're in the way, sorry.
He reminds me of Abram Smith last year. So he's gonna bulk up in the offseason.
Yeah,
He's gonna be that pounding running back that they need.
He's gonna come back looking like Terrence Galloway.
Oh God. But I was not in favor of the Texas Tech quarterback shuffle, man. That was by far one of the dumbest coaching decisions that Joey McGuire's probably made.
Do you think it was his car? Or do you think he was just going with what maybe say his offensive coordinator was feeding him?
I'm guessing, yeah, because you can tell the offensive coordinator was like, "That was wrong, damn."
Yeah,
Which I get it. Hey, give your coaches, give them the empowerment to make decisions. But you're like, hey, dude, let's not do that again. Why would you throw with your two ones just on the bench and have them throw right when they come out?
I guess maybe they're trying to hope that maybe they create a spark or something. I don't know. But
yeah.
I mean, you're doing that when you're still in the game. It's like, just stick with what works, man.
Yeah, because Morton, I mean, when he scored that touchdown run, there was no. To me, I felt like, all right, well, this dude's getting momentum for him, and then they just, I don't know. It was just I didn't agree with it. I was happy about it, but didn't agree with
it. You feel bad for McGuire, but at the same time, it's like, well, sorry about your damn luck.
Yeah, and McGuire, he didn't seem like he had that same spark on the sideline that he has every game. He's pretty much all, and it felt like he was just. I think he was like overthinking this game a little bit too much.
You think he had a chip on his shoulder?
I think so, because it just didn't seem like the same McGuire, Yeah, because you'll see him on the sideline. He's animated. He's all that, but he was like just so serious, like the whole freaking game.
I wonder if maybe he went into that thinking, okay, I think Dave knows what I'm going to do, and he just like, nope, I'm not going to do that. We're not going to do what we normally do because Dave is going to be expecting that.
Yeah,
Aranda's going to have something prepared for it.
And Aranda's like, Joey's know what we're going to do, but we're going to still do it.
Yeah.
And on the opposite end, Aranda looked as much fired up as I've seen him before. Like he was
actually smiling and cutting up on the sideline. That's the most emotion I've seen on him in a while.
Seriously. And then he's like, and then there's that one. I don't know if you caught it, if you were watching it at the time, but they were going to go for it, and he was like, no, we're punting. We're punting the ball. Like he was,
Oh yeah. I did see that. Yeah. It was like 4th and 2 or 3.
Yeah, and then they shank it.
That 17-yard punt or 20-yard punt, whatever it was.
But it's like the second week in a row that I've seen him like, wait a minute, hold on now, we ain't doing that. This is what we're going to do. He's kind of more involved now. I think he's like kind of letting them know, hey, guys, F around and find out.
Yeah.
No, we ain't doing that.
He's giving them just enough slack. He's like, whoa, I got to reel you back in.
And I was laughing too when he told the refs. He goes and you read his lips. He goes to the refs, hey guys, y'all missed the face mask penalty, okay? Just letting y'all know. And they're like, okay. But I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Like I said, Baylor they're hitting at the right time.
I will say one thing. Shapen still looks a little off.
Yes, he does.
He still looks off. He doesn't seem as confident as. Do what?
How many times did he get hit? Like 5 times?
A lot. And there was times that it's like, dude, just get rid of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Or get down instead of trying to run through people or run around people. It's like, dude, just go down.
Yeah.
But the contrast to that is like when he did actually go down, he was short of a first.
Yeah.
It's like he's got to figure out when to slide and when to dive.
But yeah, I agree with you. He does look, his confidence is down a little bit. I don't know if it's the overthinking as well. Man, he still stands in that pocket for like 29 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, just stop. Just don't do it. Just get rid of the ball. I don't know. It's just, yeah, he ain't been looking right.
You think he's just like either worried about whoever's behind him, or you think he's like he has that Carson Wentz mentality? I got to make this play.
I think so. I think he wants to be that playmaker. He wants to be that quarterback to, because Bohannon, yeah, he was inaccurate a lot of times. He'll make that one play at the wrong time with him. He wouldn't make a mistake, but when he did it, it was the wrong time. But he was more just, a game manager.
Yeah.
He's going to do whatever the defense gives him. I'm going to do it. Blake Shapen's just looking for that play, even if it's there. But there's times too, like you have a 5-yard pass is wide open, and he's still looking downfield, like just get what the defense gives.
He's got all that running room, and he's just like, "No, I'm gonna throw it deep. I'm gonna throw it deep."
Yeah,
it's like, bro, you've got 2 yards. You got to get a first down. That's all you got to do is just take off, and
that's it. But hopefully, with this running game, they're going to be paying attention to this running game again now. So hopefully, that'll open it up for him to get back in the rhythm, back in the routine, especially if they get all the running backs back.
Yeah,
that's going to be a big difference right there. Because that playbook could get opened up even more.
Mm-hmm. That and you don't have to put the game in his hands.
Mm-mm.
And your defense gets to rest.
Yeah,
unless you're scoring in like 2 plays.
Yeah,
defense go, hey, go down, get the first and go down.
But yeah, they handled that time of possession last night.
Yeah.
But Baylor's got Oklahoma next week, and then they got home to Kansas and TCU, and then they go at Texas. So tough stretch.
Yeah.
Possible, but tough stretch.
Yeah. I mean, they're what, 5-3?
5-3. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, one more win's really all they need to get bowl eligible. So,
yeah. We shall see in Texas Tech who they got coming up next. They got TCU, not this week coming up, but the week after in Fort Worth. And then they got Kansas, Iowa State, and Oklahoma. So, I mean, they got opportunity to get bowl eligible, but it's going to be tough.
It's going to be real tough for them.
Yeah.
So, well, like I said, we'll see. Hopefully, we got a lot of. We don't beat up on each other too much that we keep each other from getting into a bowl game.
Man, I know, right? My gosh.
But
at this time, it's like TCU. They're on the only hope for right now.
Right.
But let's get into these top 25 games. Start off Thursday. North Carolina State defeated Virginia Tech 22-21.
Virginia Tech. What team are you getting?
Man, they're 2-6. This is weird seeing them like this, even though they've been down consistently here lately.
That you're used to them playing good defense, or great special teams where they make a play, punt block, field goal block, fake punt, fake field goal, all that other stuff, and it's not there.
Beamer ball, right? That's what they call it. Beamer ball.
Yeah. It's just not there.
And for a team that has a badass entrance when you come out to be 2-6.
It's almost like, no, just walk. Just get there. Just run out on the field like everybody else.
Yeah, with your band.
But, I mean, good for NC State. Good way to bounce back with a win. I mean, a lot closer than it should have been, but, hey, a win's a win.
Like NC State, who would you compare NC State to as far as like a team in the Big 12? Because they're just always right there too, right? And it's just
Oklahoma State.
Probably right.
Oklahoma State or
Kansas State.
I was gonna say Iowa State.
No.
But they're right there. They're ready to take the next step, and then they just whoop.
Yeah. It's like, man, here like the last 5 years they've been right there, and it's just not come through. It's just like a curse or something.
It's like they're trying to avoid playing Clemson.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do that. Then the other Thursday game was Utah defeating Washington State 21-17. Utah 6-2. Washington State's 4-4. Utah was my pick to win the Pac-12. I don't know if you guys picked them as well, but
I think I picked. Maybe I picked Oregon.
I think you did. I want to say you did.
It was either Oregon or it might have been Utah. It was one of those two. I know it wasn't UCLA. I know that for a fact.
I know, right? We were down in UCLA. But Utah 6-2. I'm like, oh, I know they regret that loss against Florida in the beginning of the year.
Oh, yeah.
But still, they're just constant there, too, as well. Trucking along. And then we get to the nitty-gritty, man. Number 2, Ohio State defeating number 13, Penn State, 44-31. Penn State, you had the damn game in your hands.
You had them on the ropes. You had them on the ropes, and Sean freaking Clifford just hands them the game. Not once, but twice.
Dude had a horrible stat line.
Oh, man.
32-47, 371 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
I think, what was it, the first half, he barely had like 50 yards passing going into halftime. Or right before halftime. And this was probably the most human Ohio State has looked this season. Yeah. I mean, outside of Notre Dame, because we forgot about week 1 where they were behind.
Mm-hmm.
But their numbers looked a lot better against Notre Dame than they did here against Penn State going in at halftime.
Yeah, that's right. They did play Notre Dame. It seems so long ago.
Right. But this is the most human they've looked since then.
Because you see like an Ohio State flash on when you're keeping up with scores, you're looking at 35-0 first quarter.
Right.
And you're seeing them in a tight game in the third quarter. You're like, wait a minute. Oh, shit. This is interesting.
It's like, did Stroud get hurt?
Yeah. What happened?
Right.
Pretty much.
I mean, he looked very off in that first half. It wasn't until late in that game that he actually started remembering who he is. He's like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm a Heisman finalist. Yeah, that's who I am. F those guys. I'm gonna go throw the ball all over them.
We're trying to win a national championship. Oh yeah. Marvin Harrison Jr. Oh my God, 10 receptions, 185 yards.
Seems like when they needed a big play, that's who they went to.
And they're still out. The star wide receiver's still out, isn't he? Nigba?
Yeah.
Still out. Just think about that. If he comes back 100% healthy, ready to roll.
Yeah. Shout out to that Penn State defense.
Yes. They tried.
Kept them in as long as they did. And they were giving them a chance. Like I said, that defense for Ohio State just made plays when they needed to.
They sure did.
That Penn State crowd was hype.
Yes. If it was a night game, maybe it would have went the other way. Maybe it would have went the other way.
Maybe.
But talk about defense, the defensive lineman for Ohio State. Tumalao, I can't even pronounce his name right, but JT. I'm calling him JT.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man, that dude right there, beast.
He said, Chase Young, I saw your game against Penn State. I'm going to raise you tenfold.
Seriously. Like the defensive ends that's come out from Ohio State, man, just.
Right. The defensive ends that they put in the league, it's like, damn.
Yeah, they just reload, man, reload. But Ohio State, 8-0. Penn State 6-2. And again, with Penn State, we talked about this. They're 6-2. You'd be happy, right? But with Penn State, you're like, the hell's wrong with y'all?
The Penn State faithfuls are like, oh my God, what's wrong with us? We suck.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else like, hey, what's wrong? That's where y'all should be.
Yeah.
What you've proven to be.
Speaking of another team that just these last 2 weeks, man, Syracuse losing to Notre Dame 41-24. They're another one that's just there and just
had the chance to knock out Clemson, and they let them off the ropes. And Notre Dame just came out flat out, hit them in the mouth, did not let them get off the mat.
Could be another case of the woe is me losing to Clemson last week and just can't get over it.
Yeah.
And they were at Clemson too, which would have been the bigger deal.
Exactly. So,
but Notre Dame quietly just 5-3.
Yeah, you were forgetting that Marcus Freeman started out 0-3.
Yeah. Seriously.
I guess he started right and Lou Holtz back, so I guess all is forgiven there. I like this guy.
This is pen pal.
Yeah.
Give it another week, Notre Dame will be back in the top 25. I'm looking at who they got next. Oh, they got Clemson. There you go. In South Bend.
Well, I mean, that's all. The last few years, that's been a really close game.
Mm-hmm.
Even when they beat him with actually Trevor Lawrence didn't play that last year. That's when he got COVID.
Yeah,
and they beat him.
So we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
Number one Georgia beat Florida 42-20.
That looked like it was going to be a close game.
Yeah.
Florida hung in as long as they could, but Georgia just reminded us why they're the number one team in the nation.
Yeah, they pulled away.
Mm-hmm.
Whether against Missouri or Florida, hey.
I mean, with Missouri, it took them until the very end of the fourth quarter to do it.
Yeah.
With Florida, they just said, we're not going to wait that long. Let's just go ahead and do it now. Now it's third quarter. Let's go ahead and pull away.
And with Florida, they'll be there, I think, in a couple of years.
They've got the talent.
Yeah, they'll be contending for the SEC East, but
they just got a good quarterback. That's I think that's been the one thing they've been missing is quarterback
for the longest time.
I'm trying to think the last time they had a good quarterback. Was it Driscoll was the last good quarterback they had
after Tebow?
Was it after? Yeah.
Yeah, he was the last one.
That was like almost. It was right there on the fringe of the Heisman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Chris Leak back in the day.
Chris Leak, Danny Werfel.
Yeah, Werfel, man. Yeah. Danny Werfel. But Georgia, trucking along. And you had number 8 Oregon defeat California 42-24. Oregon 7-1. They're talking. Bo Nix was like, "Hey, we play Georgia this week. We would have beat them."
I don't know about that, but
yeah, I mean,
it'd be a different game, but I don't think they get close to beating them.
No, but I mean, hey, shout out to Oregon though. They're doing the thing.
Yeah,
doing what they're supposed to
back
do.
Well,
yeah. They're supposed to win their conference. In their eyes, so they're doing that.
Marshawn Lynch going, see again, these mother. That was the only thing I could think of the whole time during that game.
Cal, another team. It's just we talked about their past, with Lynch and Jackson and all those guys. Now it's like,
yeah, they've always been that fringe team that's always just kind of they want to get there and they no.
I'm doing it.
They play the real teams and it's like nope. It's a Fugazi.
Yeah. Then you have Wake Forest, number 10, lose to Louisville 48-21. Wake Forest is like the biggest pretenders in the world, man. Every year it seems like they get so high in rankings, and then just.
And it's never to a good team that they lose. It's always to a team that they should just blow out of the water.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, it's like they forgot to get off the bus that day.
Louisville scored 35 points in the third quarter. 35 points.
That's
my gosh.
That's just.
But Wake Forest, why so high? Number 10. I don't get it. I don't know. I just don't get it, man.
Were they undefeated coming in?
They were 6-1 coming in the game.
I'm wondering if they beat anybody.
Liberty.
That was.
And like seriously, I'm looking at their schedule. So they beat VMI, Vanderbilt, Liberty, lost to Clemson. They beat Florida State. They beat Army. They beat Boston College. There you go.
That's the one. That primetime matchup.
Well, honestly, that's their schedule, man. Like, why are you number 10 in the nation?
I mean, I know they were probably in the 20s, I think, when they started the year. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, then again, you think about it, everybody else has been losing. So I guess they just kind of kept putting them up there and putting them up there. And since they almost beat Clemson, they gave them credit and didn't hurt them too much in the rankings.
They're like, this is not the real college football player ranking. Just put them up there. Let them feel good for a little bit.
Give it about 3 weeks. Give it about 3 weeks, and we'll see where they're really at.
Yeah, that's why I feel like they shouldn't do rankings until they reveal the college football rankings.
Yeah.
I mean, I get why they do it, but still.
I mean, even then, it's like, why do that? It's like basketball. Like, why put them out during the season?
Yeah. Just wait till the end.
Yeah.
Wait till conference tournament time. Man, you talk about another surprise. Number 17, Illinois beats Nebraska 26-9.
Just quietly doing their thing, man.
7-1. I just can't get over the fact that they beat Iowa 9-6, though. That's the only. That's the only thing that just. When I look at them, like they beat Iowa 9-6.
But I mean, hey, you beat who's on the schedule. By hook or by crook, you got to win. So, froze there for a second. Yeah, Manny, it's frozen. That Iowa score's got him.
There you go, I'm back.
There you go. I said that Iowa score just got you really deep in thoughts.
Yeah, it did. But they can make the Big Ten. So I'm looking at their schedule. They can make the Big Ten championship game, and really, because they got Michigan State, they got Purdue, which you got to watch out for.
Yeah.
They got Michigan and Northwestern. Like honestly, let's say I don't think they're gonna beat Michigan, but if they win out, they're going to the Big Ten title game.
Really, they just, like you said, they just got to. If they win out, yeah, they're in for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And they just have to hope that Michigan loses more than one game.
Yeah. Their only loss was to Indiana.
How?
And they gave up 23 points is the most that they've given up this year.
Damn.
So, I don't know. We'll see. And then you had UCF beat Cincinnati 25-21.
I mean, that's good and that's bad. It's good for the Big 12 going forward, but that's bad for Cincinnati.
Yeah. They're both 6-2 now. So
UCF just quietly flying under the radar.
That's going to be a Big 12 rivalry. I mean, it's already a rivalry for the AAC, but now it's a Big 12 rivalry. Now, this is the team I want to talk about, Missouri. Missouri defeats number 25 South Carolina 23-10. Man, go Tigers. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Because Missouri's like that team that they're like, hey, guys, I know we're not supposed to be in this conference, but, we're still here. You still got to play us every year.
We kind of got dragged in here by A&M.
Yeah. I don't know why, but we did. But
it's nice to see Spencer Rattler get brought back down to earth.
Always. It always is to see that. Going to the wrong USC.
He was riding high. They beat A&M and all that other stuff. He thought, yeah. Heisman. Hell yeah. Nope.
I play Tigers.
Go Tigers. Gumbo.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's always good to see these ex-Oklahoma quarterbacks go through it.
Right.
And then Tennessee, man, thrashing Kentucky 44-6. Honestly, I thought this game was going to be closer than that.
I don't know. I didn't think it'd be that close. I was surprised. I think what was the first quarter? It was barely like 7-3 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, they might actually let them hang around. And then nope. Hooker was like, hold my beer.
Yeah.
I got touchdowns I got to throw. I mean, that's to me, that's the Heisman front runner right there.
Definitely. And Hyatt, 5 receptions, 138 yards.
Randy Moss numbers over here.
Man, you ain't lying. But Kentucky, man, 5-3.
Another team as of late, like we've been talking about, the Pretenders.
Yeah. And they had a head start on Tennessee over the last couple of years to reach that potential. Mm-hmm. It's not happening. Old Stoops living up to the name. But it is on next Saturday. We'll get to it in a minute.
That's a hell of a game.
Then you got USC beat Arizona.
Stupid USC. Stupid
God.
Lincoln Riley.
Stupid Arizona.
Stupid Kevin Sumlin.
Stupid Herm Edwards. Everybody has. I was thinking they were going to lose this game, though.
I really did, too. I was like, man, I cannot. And you know what really pissed me off the most about this game? Before this game even happened, I think what was it? Was it during the? No, it wasn't during the. It wasn't during the Tennessee game. It was during one of the 2 o'clock. I think it was during the TCU game.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember who it was that was calling that game, but they were talking about, oh, Duggan's, putting his name into the Heisman candidate with Hooker and with Caleb Williams. I'm like, wait, what?
Wow.
That I was like, no.
Just stop. I don't understand.
It's like he's not at that level, bro.
Like, I don't understand I never understood the hype. Is it the Lincoln Riley Association? Is that what it is?
It's got to be. I think that's all it is. He's the new guy they're hoping takes over college football, but it ain't gonna be him.
No.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Seriously. Yeah, I just don't like him.
Yeah.
Oh man, you talk about the prelims to the Jake Paul and Anderson Silver match yesterday. Yeah, Michigan beat Michigan State 29-7.
First I'm thinking, where the hell is he going with this?
Ass whooping on and off the field, man.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's the big story, of course, is the players from Michigan State jumping. The Michigan player, and before it came on, you said Mel Tucker's suspending 4 players, correct?
Yeah, finally suspended them. I mean, damn, it took you long enough.
Yeah. We'll see if this is real.
Yeah. Yeah, but they are suspended indefinitely, so it wasn't, you get 2 games, you get the rest of the season. No, it's indefinitely. So we'll see if it's just the rest of the regular season. They say, hey, you know what? Y'all kicked out of school.
It's a criminal investigation now. So yeah.
But like in our text messages, I'm saying that one guy, staffer that's right there for Michigan.
I'm gonna go this way.
I'm just gonna look over here. I see nothing. I know nothing. It's like, bro, your guy's over there getting. I was like, I get you don't want to get your ass whooped, but damn, at least reach in there and help him. Something.
So it was a TV camera recording it, right? Or was it somebody's?
It looked like cell phone footage.
Man, it's not a good look all around.
No, really isn't.
This is the second time this happened with Michigan because Penn State, the halftime tunnel.
Yeah,
but it was multiple players. But it's like, is Michigan the one instigating, or like, I don't know, man. This is not a good look at all. And have one person going towards that locker room,
yeah,
I don't know. And nobody's talking about the game; they're talking about the incident now.
Right? It's like you forget that Michigan was the one that whooped up on them on the field, and they just took out all that aggression and frustration out on that one player.
Let me skip this next game because I want to say that one for last. You got number 21 North Carolina beat Pitt 42-24. Didn't even know North Carolina was ranked. Honestly, they're 7-1.
They've gone quiet because it's like the one game they lost is like it was bad. It's like, what are you doing losing to? Who was it? Now I'm going to look at it.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, yeah. And that was when Notre Dame was on their slide. It's like, why are you losing to Notre Dame?
Well, they're like their first victory, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But let's see. Notre Dame that was their second victory. They had beaten Cal the week before.
Yeah. North Carolina has a walk-in to go to the ACC title game.
But can they answer the bell? That's the big question. Can Mac Brown motivate them?
They were my pick last year to win the ACC. Last year, not this year, but last year, and they disappointed me.
Didn't they go like 6-6?
Oh God, yeah. I was like a damn fool. Them in West Virginia, I was like, West Virginia's gonna be that breakout team. Watching, no, they didn't do nothing. But Pitt 4-4. You miss Kenny Pickett much?
Desmond Howard must have been smoking that good stuff, man.
Yeah, they need to revisit that later on.
Oh, I hope they do. I just want to see his face when they. Like, Desmond, what were you thinking with 3 of the 4 here?
Seriously, yeah. But yeah, North Carolina, man, like I said, I didn't even realize. You had a number 12 UCLA beat Stanford 38-13, UCLA 7-1. Another team that we just didn't really pay attention to.
Much. Yeah.
But Chip Kelly doing his thing, man.
He's wanting y'all to go, hey, remember me?
Remember this visor?
Yeah.
But that's what you do. You give them time. You give them time to say, all right, let me rebuild this program. This is how long it's going to take. I mean, what was the expectation as UCLA? 6 wins a year, maybe, if that.
6, 7 at the most.
Yeah. So he's
pretty much
that.
It's like as long as you beat USC, that's really all we care about.
Yeah. So if he does that, hey, kudos to old Chip. Maybe we'll get 1,000 fans in the stadium instead of 500. But this game I want to talk about. Oh, Mississippi Hotty Toddy defeated Texas A&M 31-28. Texas A&M drops to 3-5.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
Ole Miss 8-1. Lane Kiffin, troll of all trolls.
Troll game over 9,000.
Man, he's so quick with it, man.
Oh man, he took his lumps last week for losing to LSU, but he just said, "Yeah, you know what? I got jokes still. Come on now."
He said while running 290 something yards over a bunch of 5 stars, pretty good.
Yeah.
And the Joker costume comment.
Asking him, what are you going to do for, what are you going to dress up for Halloween? I don't know, the Joker. I think Jimbo's got a Joker outfit for me, so maybe that.
I got nervous, though. I ain't going to lie. I was like, oh, they're going to do it.
I know. I was thinking, oh, man, please. And I'm sure he's thinking, oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
I didn't talk too much crap.
He's like, I got some good material for this post game if they just hold on.
Right.
But 3-5 Texas. I think that's the biggest story right now outside of the prelim match in Ann Arbor.
Yeah. What is wrong in College Station? Well,
got all that talent, but like we said too before, though, before the season started, we were talking about NIL and all this stuff, right? These players are not really going to be going as hard as some of these other players who feel like they got a chip on their shoulder.
Right.
Yeah, you can buy them, but they're not going to perform for you.
That and a lot of it too is like, are you really even highlighting these players to their best ability, to the best of their abilities? It's like, yeah, they're going there, but you're not catering your offense or your defensive system to their strengths. You're just saying, this is what we do. This is what I run.
Yeah,
you're going to do it.
100% agree. Look at Josh Heupel at Tennessee, who I know he's learned from some of the best coaches, and he's going to play to his players' strengths, and he's going to adapt. And like you said, Jimbo, old school. That's how I run my program. I got all my 35 sheets of paper here. We're going to run the same 7 plays. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I don't like the guy, Brian Kelly, he's gotten a lot less micromanagement as well.
Look at Saban. Prime examples to how he stayed on top. Look at the national championship he won with, Greg McElroy. Straight just run the football. Traditional power eye. Then he goes to Jalen Hurts, was all, primarily running the quarterback. Then change it over to Tua. And then back to Mac Jones with a little more power run with some more deep down the throat. And now with Bryce Young, got a combination of everything.
Yep. And he said, too, it was hard for him to adapt to the change.
Yeah.
But he knew you have to keep up. That's what you have to do. You have to adapt to it. And Jimbo's ran that same bland offense forever. Like they have no identity.
It's like, dude, you can't just what's the running back's name? Shoot, what's Arcanine or Acnon or what the hell is his name?
I know it's a Akani, something like that. I know you're
Yeah.
talking about.
It's like, bro, it's like you can't just turn around and hand him the ball, 35, 40 times a game. This isn't, this ain't Florida State.
No.
Your quarterbacks ain't Jameis Winston that 1 year when he took crab legs.
But they're not going to fire him. We talked about it plenty of times. They got to pay all that money to fire him. They're not going to, unless somebody has that oil money and say, hey, guys, I give this money to y'all, get his ass out of here. But then what do you do next?
Send a cheerleader into his office. That's how you get him out of there without having to pay him.
For real. But what do you do? I mean, where do you go to next? I mean, this is what you get, A&M, for thinking you're way up there.
They can always call Dennis Franchione back, or
they can.
They could call Kevin Sumlin.
Mike Sherman,
Kevin Sumlin. Take your pick.
Yeah. They were all hyped up about beating Miami early in the season. Okay.
Look at Miami now.
Yeah.
Winning a game. Let me say that. How the hell do you win a game in 4 overtimes and not score 1 touchdown on either team?
Yeah, nuts.
14-12, no touchdowns.
Horrible. That'd be a hell of a game to watch. Just what? Huh? What happened? Oh, they won. Oh,
and they talk about sports not drawn out there in Miami. People out there asleep in the stands. Is it over?
Yeah.
Oh, they're still playing. It's 5:00. We started at 11. What the hell?
I'm surprised fans stay for that game. My gosh.
It's got to be the diehards.
Gosh, because I don't even think I would have.
I think about the third quarter, they're still playing. It's like, I'm getting the hell out of here.
But yeah, so great times. A&M fans, I mean, hey, that's what you get. But next week, I'm just going to highlight 2 games before we go to our Big 12 picks. My gosh, man, you talk about the SEC. Okay, they got some games next week. So you got, first of all, you got Tennessee at Georgia, 2:30 game.
Mm.
Then at night, you have Alabama at LSU.
That one's not as intriguing as it's going to be with Ole Miss going back in there. Mm-hmm. Or no, did they already play that one?
Which one?
Not yet, right?
No, Bama plays Ole Miss a week after.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay, I was like, I knew it was somewhere. It's like it's either the week before or next
then Austin P after that, so you got to watch out.
Trap game.
Yeah. But man, 2 huge games. My gosh.
Brett Nessler and what's his name? They're going to cream themselves.
Gary Danielson. Oh, yeah. And ESPN has the Alabama LSU game.
We'll probably put Herb Street on that one.
Yeah. But man, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
We're going to pick those 2 first.
Yeah, we'll do those 2. I'm going to go with I'm a gamble, man. We're going to do Tennessee. I'm going Tennessee and LSU.
I'm going to take Rocky Top, Tennessee, and I'm gonna stay with Bama. I'm gonna stick with Bama.
Yeah, I had to make one crazy pick. That's my crazy pick, the LSU game. All right, Big 12 action. We got Texas Tech and TCU. I'm on TCU.
TCU.
Baylor at Oklahoma. I'm going my heart. I'm going Baylor.
Yeah, I don't want to see Oklahoma win anymore, so Baylor.
You got Oklahoma State at Kansas. I'm going Kansas in this game. I'm confident they might win this game.
No Spencer Sanders. Well, if there's no Spencer
Yeah.
Sanders, I think it's a runaway for Kansas. Even with Spencer Sanders there, even not even at 100%, I think it's still Kansas.
We got West Virginia at Iowa State. I'm gonna pick West Virginia just because I feel like they've let some meat on the bone the last some games this year.
Take me home, country roads, West Virginia.
You got Texas at Kansas State.
I'm gonna take Kansas State.
Yeah, I'll take Kansas State. It's at night as well in Manhattan.
6 o'clock. Ooh, that's when I saw that earlier today. I was like, "Ooh, nope, we ain't winning that game."
So before we head out, we're gonna do our top four, who we think should be the top four. They're going to do the college football rankings Tuesday night, 3-hour show for 4 teams, basically. To me, I think number 4. I'm gonna start with number 4. I'll do number 4, then you do number 4, then we go back and forth.
Okay,
we do it like that. To me, number 4, I'm gonna put Clemson.
Number 4. I'm gonna say TCU.
The number 3, I'm gonna put Michigan.
I'm gonna say Ohio State at 3.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm tripping. No, I'm tripping. No, not Michigan. I'm taking Michigan out. My bad. No, not Michigan. I don't know what I was thinking about. No, number 3, I'm putting Ohio State as well. Okay, sorry, I was tripping.
So I'm thinking, woo,
because I was looking at Michigan on here, and I was like, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. No, yeah, Ohio State number 3. Number 2, I'm gonna go with Georgia number 2.
I will say Tennessee for now. I think depending on what happens next week, obviously it's going to change, but
yeah,
Tennessee, I'm going to say it 2.
So obviously my number 1 will be Tennessee.
And my number 1 will be Georgia. So we know it's going to change next week.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. It's like, there's no Clemson, like you said. Oh, you got Clemson at 4.
Yeah, I got Clemson.
You got Clemson. There's no Bama.
Do you think?
No Michigan in there.
Will people be pissed if they put Bama at 4? I'm gonna laugh my ass
off.
off.
I would be funny.
4.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will at first. I think they'll be like one of the first 2 out.
Oh man, I was just thinking about that.
Here's what I think they'll do. They'll do Michigan, Ohio State, Tennessee, and Georgia.
Oh god,
that's what I think they're gonna do. I think that they're gonna have 2 Big Ten teams and 2 Big SEC teams.
Just to send a message, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We're interested to see what happens. I'm interested to see where they're going to put TCU, honestly.
I bet you they keep either they're going to be number 1 out, or I'm sorry, number 2 out, or they're going to be completely stuck at 6 or 7.
Just like the years past. They're always stuck there.
Yeah. No respect. Yeah.
Well, appreciate y'all.
I can see them leaving them out. At least the initial ones. I can see them leaving them out. But like you said, they got to go undefeated to even get any kind of respect.
Yeah, but then even then, it's going to be like,
well, I don't know. You got this 2-loss SEC team and this 3-loss Big Ten team ahead of this undefeated Big 12 champion. Ooh, who cares?
Yeah, who cares? They beat that same team twice. Well, I appreciate y'all joining us tonight for this show. I'll recap. Week 9 recap. Man, I keep like week 9. What the heck?
Feel like week 9, but it feels like it's been longer. But it's like I don't want it to be anymore.
Right? Can we do week 2?
Yeah. Can we stay at like 4 or 5, something like that?
Something, right? Can we get a 25-game season?
It would be like the NFL and get like 18 weeks of football.
Well, be sure to subscribe, like our YouTube channel, comment, hit the notification bell, do all the good stuff.
Be sure to remember that college football is Mondays at 4 p.m. Central. NFL Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Central.
Get the best of both worlds. So for Manny D,
your boy Vasos.
peace out.
Peace.